Hey, it's old dude here coming at you from the backyard. Beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Houston. But I got a problem. Come home from church today and my sprinklers are still running and they're cycling on and off. So that's a little troubleshooting, something I'm going to have to do. Try to figure out what's going on there. So it's just this one station. I think that's station 11 on my yard. But they're cycling on and off, which probably tells me it's the solenoid or the control box. I don't know which. I thought I'd try to capture these things cycling, but they're not helping out right now, are they? Yeah, that's 11, because 12's outside the fence over that way. And 10's right about here where I'm standing. There it goes. Watch it, it'll pop back on now. Maybe it won't. Well, okay, we fixed, oh, nope, I'm gonna say, I fixed it just like that, standing here in the backyard, but nope. Okay, I'm gonna fix that. So whoever put the sprinkler system in didn't do us any favors, because these boxes are so small. I need to be in that box right there. When I moved into the house, I went around and mapped out my sprinkler system, so I know 10 and 11 are in that north box. So that's the one I got to get in. I dug this one up just to clean it up, but I'm gonna dig a circle around that in a donut and set it to the side so I can get in there and work, because I really can't. Not much you can do down in there. So now you can see I've got the hole dug out where I can get to the wires that run to all the stations, and they're wrapped around the PVC and around each other, so it's a little bit of a spaghetti bowl. One of the things that's hard to pick up on this video, but these wires should have waterproof wire nuts on each connection to keep the dirt out, to keep the connection good. And the ones on station 11, one of them didn't have it. The one I'm holding here never had a wire nut, and it should have. Now there's actually quite a bit of wire that is down in this hole. It's wrapped around the PVC and tied to itself. And what I'm trying to do is just get it to where I can work on it and get it to where it's long enough I can take a look at it and see if it's got like gophers will eat through these wires, or somebody will cut it with a shovel. I don't think that's the problem. I really think my problem was the connection, but it's still yet to be figured out. But now I'm getting the wires pulled out of the dirt and out around the PVC where I can actually take a look at them and get them cleaned up and see if it makes a difference. So one thing I want to check while I'm here is I'm going to check the diaphragm to make sure there's not a piece of debris, junk stuck in the diaphragm, but I'm actually brushing off the valve body here so to get some of the dirt off the top of it. These are pretty old and crusty, put up inside this hole. Now I'm trying my best to keep the dirt from going back down into the sprinkler system, but it's a real world situation. It's almost impossible, because there's going to be water that comes out of this line. Even after bleeding it off, it's still going to flow back, because this is a lower point of the yard, so all the water in the line is coming to this point. And I'm just looking at everything, trying to figure out if it's the solenoid or the diaphragm, just verifying that before I go start looking at the controller. Now I'm just using my cordless drill with a Phillips head on it to pull the screws out of the top of the valve so I can take a look at the diaphragm, and this is going to cause the water to come out of this valve and fill this hole. And usually when you have problems like what I'm having, actually when the water stays on, it's because some crap, junk has gotten down the line and gotten trapped in that diaphragm, so it can't close completely. But that doesn't explain why mine keeps cycling on and off. So I don't really believe this is the problem with the diaphragm there. Once I pull it out, the water will come out, start rolling out, and there's no usually you have a piece of like the flashing from the PVC This house is old enough, I don't think that's a problem, but it should have already done that. But sometimes you get sand or even a rock that comes through the water system. So I'm just looking at the diaphragm, and I'll go ahead and I'll let the water go ahead and drain away here and clean up the diaphragm, clean up the seat, and I'll put this all back together. That was not the problem.
All right, well now I've got the solenoid, got it cleaned up where the diaphragm goes. The solenoid, just going to take this and put it on the ohms, or the dark side, whatever you want to call that symbol, and run this across positive and negative just to see what continuity is. Okay, 50, so it works. It holds that, so I think that's okay. I think usually they don't show anything when they're bad, or they go all over the place because there's a short in there. Okay, the other thing I want to do. So we're station 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. That's this red wire, which it was red. It's also nice because they have them down here, so that says 11. So that wire right there. So I'm going to test that just to see what's going on. And the system is off, completely off. So nothing should be energized. Well, that's the common. That's the ground. Same wire is out there. Everything runs to common. And we're going to start at 6. Wait a minute. That's not what I wanted. I don't want to test that. I want to test volts. We'll test volts this time. So we're going to start over here, and we're going to start at 0, 0, 0. Okay, that's 8, 9, 10. 10 has a little. 11. 11 has more. 12. Well, that's interesting. 10 and 11 are short and have a little bit of power going to them. And it doesn't take much to trip this thing. So, let's pull this one loose. I wouldn't expect this wire to have any continuity at all. Let's switch it back over here to the dark side. Nope, no continuity. Huh. Well, that's interesting. There's a little bit of power coming right there. Not as much as right there, not as much as right there. See, these others have nothing. Try something here. Brown will do. Still have a little. Anyway. I don't know where that one's getting power. A little voltage. And a little voltage. Okay. So I think that's telling me is this is bad right here. This thing is somehow bleeding over power when it shouldn't be. What am I doing? Alright, so I've totally unplugged the system. So there's no power to the system other than this 9-volt battery. Keeping that alive. And that's dead. And that's dead. Interesting. Okay, so I think this is bad. I had a little mod 3 errors at my other house. I don't have any errors showing up over here. definitely going on right here, which is helpful. This one's bad, this one's close, so. I'm just going to switch this because I have the other. So I'm going to put this one back together. I think it's okay. There they go, screwdriver, do it. It's definitely warm at the top. That is interesting. Watch this. Bypassing all the wires. Go to common. Not doing it anymore. So cycling it fixed it. That's interesting. But there's not near as many volts coming out of this now as there was. You can see it's almost nothing, it's almost zero. And a while ago it was like 13, 14. Alright, well, I got this cleaned up, got that screwed back down. I'm gonna go ahead and got this cleaned up. I'm gonna go put all this back together in the ground. Okay, there's that. No. This is the red wire that was causing all the problems. This, if it's still doing, this one should start popping. So it's not doing it anymore. This should be popping. This is grounded. And it's not doing it. So, whatever that was, and that's weird. I'll admit, that's weird. Got the red one over here somewhere. These wires don't care how they're attached. As they are attached. Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. This one didn't have one. That's another thing. I'll have to go get some of those. This one did, and I lost it. And all of that, I don't see it. Okay, and that pretty much wraps up this video. I got me some bigger boxes and buried those so I can actually work in them without digging them up. So that's a plus. And my number 11 is actually cycling now. Out there, you can see it running, so that's a good thing. And that should take care of this video. Thanks for watching.
I hope it helps somebody else fix their sprinkler system. Like and subscribe, and let me know if you think I did anything wrong or should do something different, because I'm just kind of learning this as I go as well. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and be watching for my next video. And it's done.